Hej, siemanko, Liska z tej strony Mez, witam was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z gameplayami oraz trailerami, także nie przedłużajmy, zacznijmy, bo mamy jak zwykle napakowany tutaj zestawik trailerów, a zaczniemy od Harvestella, więc no, zobaczmy.
This is the story of those who live alongside the seasons of life and death. The road ahead will lead to all kinds of adventure and new encounters, and eventually, the very truth of the world itself.
How's this? Ha! Don't underestimate a scientist!
May lost souls find repose.
I'm coming to help!
Humanity, all you have to do is accept the death I have designed for you.
Good morning! Now it's my turn.
We're both just humans. I don't know what you think, but I feel calm around you for some reason.
I really like that about you.
Harvestella.
The Dark Picture Anthology Devil in Me, oh yeah.
I told my team they're free this weekend, and frankly, they're a temperamental bunch.
It's amazing.
What we can get here can take the show to the next level.
Next level.
Damn it. How did you know what our show was about in the first place?
Actually, I didn't ask.
You're shitting me.
We're trapped.
What do we do?
This place is massive. Surely there is a pack of cigarettes in here somewhere. Ah! David!
This is gonna be the best cigarette of your life.
Dad! Ah! Kate, despite our bickering, you are the heart of this show. You keep people interested.
You look amazing as usual.
This has been weird every step of the way, and now it's getting scary.
Would it kill you to think positively just once?
I'm not playing detective, I just want to survive.
Playing detective is how we survive. We play his games, we'll lose.
Always focusing on the detail, Mark. What about taking a huge risk and just do something?
Oh my god.
Ale go tam porwali. A nam się to nie spotkało, że go porwali.
Still's giving me the willies.
Tego też nie mieliśmy?
Too many horror movies.
Chyba.
Fine, just don't come crying to me if you end up dead. Great. Into the creepy maintenance room in the creepy hotel on the creepy island to shoot a doc about serial killers all alone and without my stun gun. No!
Erin, we would be lost without you.
I've already had one asthma attack today, and this dust farm is exactly what I don't need.
Scream if you need me for anything.
No, krzyczy.
Get away from me!
Fuck! He's just gonna pick us off one by one, isn't he? It wouldn't be the first time Charles booked an expert who's nothing more than a serial killer groupie. All that's missing is a big final twist.
And cut. It's a wrap.
The cat eats a rat. Albo it's a rat. Dobra. King's Hunt? A, King's Hunt. Five on five, okay? Jakaś moba? Czy co? Czy po prostu PvP? No, wygląda jak jakieś takie po prostu PvP drużynowe. summon minions. Chaos. King's Hunt. Okay. Alright. For free? Arena Breakout. Hardcore FPS on mobile. Okay. Mobilka. Surviving the aftermath. Shattered Hope.
This is a general alert. I repeat, this is a general alert.
Dobra, co mamy dalej? Rumbleverse, który już się skończył. Został zamknięty. No ale jeszcze możemy się cieszyć trailerem. Holy smoke! Już nie jest dostępny. One Piece Odyssey.
Peggy 12.
よく来た麦わらのルフィ。
ウソップはどこだ？返してもらうぞ。
俺を倒せるとでも？
お前を倒してみんなで帰る。
ここでもいろんなことがあったな。
みずみず肉のバーベキューが特にうまかったな。
このウォーターセブンも現実の世界と全く同じじゃないのよね。
俺少しメリーと一緒にいていいか？
ルフィ、大変だ。ウソップがいない。連れて行かれたんだ。
あのハト野郎、間違いなく前よりも強くなってやがる。
俺たちは必ずウソップたちを取り返す。お前たち行くぞ。
世界全部を敵に回そうとも仲間を守りたい彼らの決意。
選べ自分の運命を。
私は生きる。
戦い。
あなたたちに決して屈しない。ルフィがいる限り諦めないことにした。あの日司法の塔でね。
役に立たない部下はただの足かせだ。
部下じゃねえ、仲間だ。あいつらがいてくれるから俺は負けねえんだ。
なんて人たちなの。絶望的な状況なのに誰一人欠けてない。ルフィの言葉を 仲間との絆を信じて。力の源はそこにあるのかしら。
ドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥドゥ。Blacktail.
This is where legends begin. Deep in the woods, every choice matters. And when living memories of your past return as foul spirits, it's up to you to track them down and unravel your own mystery. Welcome to Blacktail. A one-of-a-kind blend of intense archery, combat, magic, and dark storytelling, set in a vibrant fairy tale world inspired by Slavic myths. Discover Yaga's story and guide her to become either the fearsome guardian of the forest or the dark legend that haunts children's nightmares. Folks say you've always been different, not to be trusted. A freak. A child found in the woods, who may be cursed, with a face that's best kept hidden behind a wooden mask. Your beloved sister Zora was the only one ever to care for you, protecting you from the others. Until the day she mysteriously went missing, leaving you alone against the angry mob. And there you are, guided by an ominous voice sitting in the back of your head. Cast away in a journey to find your sister and uncover the
kill
truth
them all.
in a beautiful yet unforgiving world. You may be alone, but
To
you're
może
not
być ciekawa giereczka.
defenseless.
And stay there.
Blacktail. Tak mam na liście, nie?
Explore and gather materials in the wild to craft deadly arrow
nie mamy.
types and a variety of potions that enhance your skills. Combine it with dashing, using elements of the environment to your advantage, and hexes to unleash your true potential against ominous creatures and thrilling boss fights. As you roam this surreal world,
What is that?
you'll also find secrets, forgotten memories, lost recipes, and of course, many bizarre and talkative creatures to interact with.
Show me the way to the human settlement.
It's up to you to choose to help them, or not.
There will be no alliance between us.
But remember, your choices truly matter in Blacktail, and significantly impact both the world and your gameplay experience. It's up to you to bring either mayhem or tranquility to these morally ambiguous lands. So, will you be the good or the evil witch?
Evil.
Where there is light, there must be shadow. The darker the night, the brighter the stars.
Yaga's fate rests in your hands. Starting December 15th when Blacktail releases on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series.
Overwatch 2. Ramatra. Origin Story. No. Jest też dobre?
I was created to lead Omnics into war. But all I have ever wanted is a better life for my people. The fact that we exist is a miracle unto itself. We have studied the ways of peace and harmony. We have meditated on the universe and our place within it. We have tried to coexist with humanity, but humanity is not interested in sharing their world. How many more Omnics should perish to fuel mankind's dreams? No more. Our race is only a single generation. Finite. And dying all too quickly. We can find our own place. And we must. Join me. And together, we will make a better future for all Omnics.
Dobrze. Co mamy następne? Sword Arts Online Last Recollection.
Sword Art Online Last Recollection 魂情熱だから命の物語
世界が終わるのと自分が死ぬの何が違いがあるの
The Thief Incorporate.
Okay. My name is Simon Chartier. SIMONCHARTIER. That required more brain power than it needed to. I think people might find, like, at first glance, find me more pretentious than I am. I understand why, but I'm pretty simple guy. I mean, I'm hyped about the Fast and Furious movies, right? So you couldn't go more basic than that.
Oh yeah, Caroline Perron, donc CAROLE-ANN. Perron is PERRON. I mean, who would want to be normal? That's the question. I don't want someone to be like, oh yeah, Caroline, she's so normal. Yeah.
I'm sorry in advance. Everything I say, everything I don't say, I don't know. Sometimes it's spending 2 hours in front of my screen thinking to myself, I'm so dumb, I can't do this, why can't I solve this? And then you solve the problem and you're like, yes, I'm the best! I'm the f***ing best! And then it reverts to, oh, this doesn't work, so how am I this dumb?
PHIPPELLETTIVAULT. So yeah, that's all of it.
Wow.
Yep.
So simple. Time to mingle.
If you worked in a bigger studio, you're being told what you have to do.
As the studio went bigger, I reached a point where I didn't feel it was my game. It was a game I was working on.
We had a team of 7 engineers that was working on just the eye key for the position of the feet of characters in a cutscene. So yeah, that's not why I went into gaming.
You feel more like a number. And when the guys approached me and said, yo, we're wanting to make this game about spies and stuff, and I said, okay, do you know how to write a resignation letter?
So when I met with Jean-François, I told him that I was gonna wear my prettiest overalls, like the handsomest dairy farmer there, just to try and woo him.
I asked them, can you show me the game? And they showed me the Civic, and I thought it was really interesting. I didn't join them because they didn't have any money. And I joined them later when they found some.
He was gonna fix my and he still fixes my so, but sometimes I do fix his. So yeah, we're fixers.
It was kind of scary at first to go indie because I was working in big studios before. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm good enough for this. I knew the people that were working there. I knew Jeff, I knew Simon.
We knew squat about animation. So we would have her come in and say, oh, you also have to do rigging. And we'd basically have to walk along with her, trying to figure out how to do it, because we weren't able to do it.
The ownership that every bandit has on their work is something that is extremely motivating for most of us.
It's kind of like giving away your baby, but not really. It's more make him go to granny's for a while, and then you can still visit him.
It's gonna be okay.
So this is basically the origin of the bandits. It was very fun back then to kind of work here and get things started, but the more we take time away from it, the more I think back to it, and I'm like, I would never do this again.
I heard stories like Charles, he dropped all his food in Phil's dishwasher.
It became kind of a meme that my passion in life was to throw Charles out of my home. He's very passionate about finishing some stuff, so sometimes it would get late, I would get, okay, it's time for dinner, and Charles would still be there.
And Charles is a father, so wherever he chooses or not, he brings that kind of energy to the team.
That energy, he's got it for sure.
He's the kind of dude who's like, so are you okay? Are you sure about everything? Are you sure?
When you see someone, you can basically tell if they've got the quote-unquote bandit factor. And it's just a way of being...
They're approachable. They are so... stupid in a good way.
And I mean that with all the love in the world. I think we have a lot of stupid arguments, and that's part of the fun.
If your ego's in the way of taking a joke, definitely cannot fit into this team. We all laugh very hard at ourselves.
I see that it makes people so happy to be with me, and they kind of celebrate whenever I do something wrong. You can actually show some of your flaws and still being accepted in the group.
Hey, don't be a hater.
We use Discord as a company to communicate pretty much all day long.
So Remy, we actually opened the whole channel just to record his funny mistakes. It became a thing, Remy's Lexi, and other people can like have episodes of Remy's Lexi.
It's kind of just have this problem with keyboard. Well, I will write the good letters, but just not in the right orders.
To have Remy's Lexi, you really need to be amused while you're saying it or while you're doing a mistake. If you're doing it with a bland face, it's just not the same. It's probably a whole other disease.
We have a channel that is called Trash Pandas, and we post a lot of raccoons on there, and mostly they are cute raccoons or raccoons stuck in an awkward situation.
Pet tax. Everyone just share one picture, and then you're like, it brings joy. When you feel a little bit depressed, you call a pet tax, and then everyone has to pay it. I have a personal goal in my life, and it's to touch and pet all of the bandits' pets. So I'm missing some, but I am definitely going through that list, and I will get to the bottom of it.
Vitals are improving.
I think the idea behind Sweet Bandits was really that kind of fun duality. I think that's something that we really like. And yeah, we are sweet people. We have fun together and we respect each other, and I think that's fun side. But we also are that band of bandits in itself.
I am proud of being a bandit. It's been a really great experience in my life.
And it's the only indie studio that I worked at, but yeah, it's a good one. 100% success rate, would recommend. Yeah, I'm in paradise right now.
Yo, I lost!
No, widać, świetnie się bawią. Deweloperzy. Mogą. O, Deliver Us Mars, Behind the Scenes. No proszę. Właśnie, musimy sobie pograć, nie? Deliver as Moon.
Do the right thing, and I really believe Isaac always meant well.
Isaac? You mean Dad?
Dad always meant well.
In the heart of Deliver Us Mars is this intimate story, and this is all woven into a big space opera.
The Johansson family consists of Isaac and Liz Johansson as the mom and dad, and together they have 2 daughters. Claire is the older sister of Kathy. The mom dies relatively early on.
We used to
Claire,
call it
the
home.
older sibling, is the one who has to be
Pale.
called first into becoming the grown-up, the one who has to have responsibilities. And that creates this
Jesus, czemu to się
interesting
trailer
dynamic
jakiś
between
włączy?
her and her sister where they are best friends. But there's also a little bit of a different power dynamic where she also has to be her mom.
Kathy Johansson is so funny. She's cheeky. She's got this rebellious streak to her. Claire has very much stepped up as almost like a mother role, which has allowed Kathy to stay this young, sort of I can do anything, immortality, and Claire's very real.
Kathy should be someone that you can resonate with. She had a hard time living up to her sister's degrees because she was, of course, a very studied sci-fi enthusiast.
Bubbling underneath, there's this unresolved, uncomfortable issue around their father. I think they view their father very differently.
Not only the motivation, of course, to find a solution for the future of Earth, her hidden motivation is as well to find out what happened to her dad.
Kathy, I don't want to be disrespectful, but what your dad and the Lunar Council did, they deserve to be punished.
This is a cinematic, operatic piece, which is still embedded in a family drama.
Telling the story from a family perspective is something very close to the heart. We come from a family of 4, so we have 2 sisters. And of course, the 2 of us. We have started a company together, so we know the mix between siblings. Telling the story on a bigger podium, even more dramatic, even more emotional than we did in the first one. The heart of the game is absolutely an astronaut adventure, while also discovering an emotional bond between a father and a daughter, both tasked with hard questions that humanity deals with.
Games are a beautiful art. They're immersive art. It's not just a passive watching a story unfold. You're in the story with the person.
There is a place for good drama in games. Why Delivers Mars is so special is who decides what's best for mankind.
It's time you choose, Isaac, which side you are actually on.
And it's a beautiful game. It's got stunning visuals, such a compelling story and characters. It's epic.
No, musimy sobie niego potem pograć. Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Justice Pack. Proszę, proszę. Co tam robił Ub? Okej. Killer's Justice. No, ciekaw jestem, jak ten nowy Dragon Ball będzie też. Jestem ciekaw właśnie jak Kakarot jeszcze, którego nie graliśmy. Ale jeszcze tyle gierek, ludziska, tyle gierek nas czeka. Ho, 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 ho. O, Gohan Beast? Darmowe update'y? Lol. O! A, czyli coś też za darmo rzucili. Nieźle, nieźle. Orange Piccolo. Transformacja. I pewnie jeszcze będzie Beast. Broad Ryan?
Did you miss me?
Kurde, mogliby wydać jakąś nową grę. Kurde, zdałem z Blood Ryan.
Everyone knew, I think, Blood Rain in those days, right? Like in the early 2000s.
Blood Rain.
And yeah, because it was like a full-on 3D action game starring a badass vampire lady or dumb lady. So you know, it's very different. And you know, Blood Rain was published by Majesco. And before that, we had done Boy and His Blob with Majesco. So in a lot of ways, Blood Rain was like it felt like a sequel to Boy and His Blob, kind of. Well, I mean, it's like a side-scrolling game that had animated characters, and so in a way, it felt like a totally natural progression from what we were working on, even though like the game projects and the tone and everything was like very, very different. So yeah, I mean, I was excited. I was excited to be making a game for Xbox Live and for PlayStation Network, right? Because this was our first XBLA PSN game. We were used to making stuff on the Wii, and we were used to making like handheld, which I mean, I love handhelds and I love the Wii, but like being able to do something a little bit mature and something that had an HD resolution and something with a little bit more of an edge. I mean, it was just a really cool project to have. And at Way Forward, we were doing stuff, yeah, like Boy and His Blob, and there was a Batman for the Wii, Batman the Brave and the Bold. So it's like all that cartoon stuff was all percolating, and so yeah, so that's how this Rain project all kind of fit in there. But it was definitely a tonal shift to go from Boy and His Blob to Blood Rain. We wanted to make a Blood Rain game that was like a little bit more, not necessarily like kid-friendly, but something that was a little bit like less NC-17. It was still like very different, and also like making a combat system was really interesting. Like for Batman, we had done a combat system, but like this Blood Rain combat system was much more involved, and being able to work on something like that and something that was a combat platformer combo, it was just like such a dream. It was just like a really cool project, and we had never had the chance to do something like that. So yeah, it was exciting. I mean, we wanted to make Rain's abilities more suitable for her as a Dompier, right? So it's like she would suck blood to regain health, and then she could suck the enemy's blood and infect them, and then use that to like make chain combos. We didn't want sucking blood to just be just a health recovery mechanic, so we tried to like integrate it into the gameplay more, and we tried to like really have her use her mobility and her melee and her guns all in conjunction with one another as she progressed throughout these levels. So that was like those were our big goals. At that time, I think I was very into making like those moments, right? Those magical moments where you would stop and take a breather, or where, I mean, that Rain is supposed to be this character that is the crazy Dompier in a frenzy of action, but then also we wanted to give her like some degree of refinement or elegance, as shown by her sipping a wine glass and not destroying everybody. Or so another funny thing is when Rain falls and Raven like transforms and catches her, which is like exactly the same as Shovel Knight catching Shield Knight. Like it's just like 100% like the same thing. And like those or like the sign knives are also the sign knives. The knives that go to sign pattern became a staple for all future games that we worked on together. Like Double Dragon Neon has knives that shoot, and Shovel Knight has sign knives, and Nina the Hollower will have sign knives as well. But yeah, I mean, I guess we would try to make moments like that, and that was a big thing that we did at Way Forward too, right? Like, what are the moments that are going to sell the game? Big explosive moments like Contra, with the alien comes out over the thing and stabs it, it's like that kind of stuff. Or the quiet moments, like the boy and Blob like hugging, or like the boy and Blob in silhouette. We were big on silhouette, right? We got to put the silhouette part in everything, where they're walking in the moon in silhouette, or Rain is walking in silhouette. In Neon, we do silhouette. There's silhouette in all the games. And then Inspector Knight, there's like a flashing lightning part. Oh, and there's a silhouette at the end, right? At the very end, before you go to black, at the most pivotal climactic moment of the game. It's all just in black, right? Because all follows a pattern. I guess so. And also, I don't want to take credit for those ideas, because I'm not even sure if those were mine. I feel like we brainstormed all of those, and it all, things happened on the whiteboard, and people would joke about everything. And I mean, it was that magic of working together and joking and having idea and thinking what would be like the coolest, badass, over the top thing for Rain to do. All of that stuff is what made those moments happen. Blood Rain Betrayal as a side-scrolling platformer where you're trying to be like a cool vampire seems so much like Spectre of Torment to me. And like Spectre Knight can run up the walls and do wall jumps, and like Rain can do wall jumps, and they both have like a lot of the same. Well, this is a perfect example, and it's funny is that Spectre Knight sits on that. He sits on that gravestone overlooking the moon in that quiet moment of, that's the exact thing that you were talking about. But yeah, definitely lots of things in common with Spectre of Torment. The sign knives is definitely part of it. I mean, Double Dragon Neon is so much like King of Cards, and all of like that goofiness of Batman Brave and the Bold. Like, I would say a lot of that humor and like snappiness rubbed off on us when we ended up doing Double Dragon Neon and Shovel Knight later. Like, Shovel Knight and Batman definitely have a lot in common.
O kurde, to jest jakiś wywiad, kurde.
Yeah, I mean, everything with Mina, right?
Okej, dobra, to zrobimy tak, że to sobie skipniemy. Lecimy dalej. Chained Echoes. To jest jakiś wywiad, kurde, był nawet. O kurde. Ciekawe. Trochę za długi, 17 minut to... spoko indyczek. To dostaw kalafę. Organs, please. Co to jest? I Boże. Sonic Frontiers, okay.
You cannot run forever.
Nice, nice. Dead Cells, Everyone is Here, Volum 2. Hotline Miami? Damn. Katana Zero. Slay the Spire. Nice. Risk of Rain. Terraria. Nice. Dużo kurde The Cell Stars dostał tego kontentu. Shovel Knight. Musimy sobie wrócić za jakiś czas do The Cellsów. Miał bodać ten cały content. Gdyby się zapatrzyło we wszystkie DLC-ki, to było świetnie. Land of the Vikings.
We are resourceful. We built our own home here. We are resilient.
Oof.
We work together to survive the elements. We are explorers. We are warriors.
We are conquerors.
We are fierce.
Nice.
We take what we need to survive. We are Vikings.
Okay. Tales of Symphonia Remastered. No proszę.
How can we go on a quest to regenerate the world if we can't even save the people standing right in front of us? Here, it's hot coffee.
It's a charm. A Flanor snow bunny. They say it brings good luck. I can kind of understand how he feels. Just a little.
I cannot run from the sins of my past.
I swore I would never fight with these hands again.
When I think about it that way, I think that everything a person possesses is important in some way. Enemy confirmed. Threat level high. Eliminating the enemy.
But I'll help since I'd be worried about you otherwise.
Yep. I'm the great Zelos Wilder. But you can just call me Zelos.
Rising belt!
Indignation!
You ready? Cross thrust! There's a significance in being born, but if that's not good enough for you, I'll give them another value.
Well, I figured this is just what it means to become an angel.
Phobos Subhuman. Have a nice death. No, kiedyś gdzieś tam sobie pogram w giereczkę. Jest na mojej liście, więc... O, have a nice death. Jest na mojej liście.
I'm dying to play this one.
It would be a grave mistake to skip it. Don the robes of Death Incorporated CEO, Death himself, in this grimly charming roguelike game.
It looks like your subordinates have been working overtime, so it's up to you to restore work-death balance. There are 70 wicked weapons and scorching spells at your disposal, all of which
broni?
can be upgraded to create devastating combos as you hack and slash your
Daddy?
way through the corporate underworld.
One of the perks of being Death is that, well, you can't die. So use what you've learned and earned to overcome each department's vengeful minions and bosses. Reap what you sow when Have a Nice Death.
87 zł? Nani? Proszę.
Pre-orders begin later today.
Rogue Legacy.
Anyone can be a hero in this sequel to the classic roguelite game where the adventure changes with every playthrough. Whether you're a lute-playing bard with vertigo or a vegan chef who fights meat, your goals are the same. Gather countless riches, build up your castle, and ensure your legacy.
All your upgrades carry over to your heirs, and each new successor wields their own personal traits and abilities. The Nintendo Switch version also includes the
Nie zmieniłem ten
adding a ton of new content.
kategorii.
Dozens of new subclasses.
Tak jest, 2D mod.
So
Papa,
experiment with
2D mod,
different
tak jest.
playstyles,
Nie zmieniłem kategorii.
fierce foes, make friends, and avoid clown bites that can give you
Bywa.
clownatherapy.
You might want to get that looked at.
You won't have to wait long to build your own legacy. Rogue Legacy 2 launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Path to Nowhere.
Oh, beloved one, I travel from the future and gift you this ode. You climb atop the high tower.
A nie chcesz oddać siebie?
I call out to the raging sands. You are trapped by shadows. I dwell in silence. How shall we reunite? Returning to the endless abyss. There is no need to fear, no need to flee. We are destined to reunite.
Reunite. Yeah.
Shall return to my side.
Raging Sands. Project the Perciver. Ciekawe, ciekawe. Kolejny jakiś projekt. Jeszcze nie ma konkretnej nazwy. Zobaczmy co tutaj. 7 minut. Chyba, że tak jednak gra się nazywa. Teraz zobaczymy. Nie ma jeszcze tego. Samuraj nie. To jest chińska gra. Jest po prostu chiński wojownik. Koreański? Może, ale raczej chiński. O, takie Dark Soulsowe widzę. Elementy tych innych gierek nowszych widzę. Piękne pary. Gra z ludźmi z łukowymi oczami. To Sekiro? Nie, to by dali nazwę Sekiro. To jest projekt jakiś, więc raczej wątpię w to. No, ale fajnie te pary wygląda. Bardzo fajnie. Sekiro 2. Kto wie? Trochę Ducha Trzecia nie przypomina. Właśnie dużo ostatnio tego typu gierek jest właśnie, nie? Takich ala Dark Soulsowych, właśnie takich połączonych z Sekiro i innymi tego typu rzeczami, więc... O. No panie, deweloperkę kosztuje. To pan myśli, że sama się napisze? Za grosz? Tak. Dobrzy programiści, artyści i tak dalej, to wszystko kosztuje. Bosik kuna jakiegoś rzucił? Wow. A bossem jest sam Naruto. Stań z tyłkiem, rozprostuj się. To jutro, Bartik, jutro. Sasuke mówisz? Może. A może to jednak Twist Plot, to jednak Naruto. Papa. I sam stał się bossem. Jeszcze trochę.
而戏中之人早已不止你我。
Jest i Bartnik. Ze swoimi różowymi oczkami. Może po części copywriter z Horizona? No, pewnie brzmią bardzo podobnie. Ewentualnie może kompozytor ten sam, kto wie. No, ładnie wygląda, naprawdę. Gameplayowo też fajnie się prezentuje. Pytanie jak faktycznie będzie w praktyce, nie? No, bo pamiętajmy, trailery trailerami, nie? Tutaj mogą ładnie piększyć te trailery. O, Bartnik, jak ty tam walczysz? Holy shit. Jakiego sworda różowego masz? Tak jest. Dobra, ludziska. Ale na ten odcinek to tyle z mojej strony, także dzięki wielkie jeszcze raz za oglądanie moich materiałów i widzimy się już niedługo w kolejnym. Trzymajcie się.